tell you one thing about Jimmy Garoppolo's game. There is nobody who spins it any better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Tight spiral, he gets on his receivers quick, fast, in a hurry.
Just got to be accurate. Off the play fake. Garoppolo, he's got a tight end. It is Ross Dwelley. And Ross Dwelley lunging in for the touchdown.
Now,
Adam,
back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
I jumped the gun there. Adam Amin and Stink, Mark Schlereth, who said Jimmy Garoppolo could spin it better than anyone in the league. Stink may want to take that one back, but Jimmy Garoppolo throwing a touchdown pass to Ross Dwelley last week against Seattle as the Niners did get their first victory of the season. And it sets up a big-time matchup against Denver because the way I'm looking at it, Shasky, these 2 games, it's a big swing for the Niners. After everything that's happened, I'm going to let you get in here in a second.
It's just so funny.
I know.
No one spins it better in the league.
It's just like,
not
right.
some guy Tom Brady.
No.
Not some guy Patrick Mahomes. It's
Aaron
Jimmy.
Rodgers, Josh Allen.
I mean, I love Jim. We all love Jim. Come on. Do we have to be that hyperbolic? Can't we just say, he's a good player? Imagine, no one shoots it better than Mike Connolly. We would laugh,
yes,
right?
I know.
No one hit. It's like, I love Krugin
I know.
Kipe. Krugin Kipe, there is not a better fastball hitter in the league than the guy they just DFA'd. What's that guy's name? What was his name? Come on.
Willie Calhoun.
Willie Calhoun. Krugin Kipe we're talking about, and I love them both so much. And they're Giants homers like me. And they're like Willie Calhoun, one of the best fastball hitters in the league. It's like, no, Aaron Judge is one of the best fastball hitters in the league.
Willie Calhoun's been stuck in the minors for a reason. He was one of the best fastball hitters in the league.
Jimmy's better than
he would have
Willie
been up 4 years ago when he was a hot prospect with the Dodgers.
Why do we have to do this?
Oh, and I'm not hating.
No,
I'm not hating on
either,
Jimmy.
But can we
Come on.
Why do we have to go flying? He's not horrible, and he's also not the best player in the league.
Right.
He's somewhere in the top, I don't know, 3rd or so.
Right.
Give or take.
Right. No, it's just, come on, man. Come on. He's not.
It's just funny.
It is funny. But look, what's
and then
not
I love
funny
how
is,
Adam Amin goes, if he's accurate.
If he's accurate. He threw that in right away. If he's accurate. But look, it's Jimmy's time to shine. It's Jimmy's time to shine.
This is a huge game.
Huge game for It's a huge game for Jimmy. It's a huge game for the 49ers to improve to 2-1. And then if they improve to 2-1, and now I'm not looking past the Denver Broncos, but it sets up a situation to where after the first quarter of the season, losing the starting quarterback, not having Jimmy Ward for the first 4 games, you can be 3-1. And Denver's beat up. We'll talk to Benjamin Albright at 8:30. Denver's got a lot of injuries on that team.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries. They could take advantage of this. And then, of course, the Rams haven't looked like world beaters. So,
And I keep going back to Jimmy because I guess my question is, what is it going to look like? How is it different? Is it the same as last year? Are they going to be more conservative because of his lack of repetitions with some of the other players on the team and the fact that he's still coming back from the shoulder injury, which I feel like we don't know enough about? Is he 100% healthy?
Right.
Can he throw it?
Well,
60 times if they needed to? I don't even know the answer to these things.
Where's the shoulder?
Exactly.
The power, the strength. So here's the first question. Yesterday, Jimmy met the media. He's now the starting quarterback. Obviously, Trey Lance is out for the season with a broken ankle. Jimmy was asked on if being the 49ers starter again is surreal.
Yes and no. There's I don't know, part of me, you always want to be on that field, so it's you always have that in your mind that you're preparing that way, and then just for how things have worked out, it's pretty crazy, but I don't know, everything happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that, and just it's just another opportunity.
On the difference between being a backup and starter, Jimmy?
Yeah, just the preparation. You don't get the same reps when you're the backup, so your mental preparation is different. Running scout team, I love running scout team. It's always fun, so got to do that for a couple weeks. But yeah, it's just back to normal, I guess.
He was on the scout team. You go from starting quarterback in the NFC Championship game to being on a scout team, which is just wild.
What's reasonable to even expect from him?
I don't know. But Grant Combs, Sports Illustrated, asked him on wanting to throw the ball downfield more.
I love that. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of things that go with that, obviously, but yeah, I love doing that stuff. In 17, there was a freedom where me, the receivers, tight ends, we had a good chemistry going, and when you get that with offensive skills in a quarterback, it makes for a tough offense.
And then he said he felt more freedom, possibly coming off the bench.
I don't know. That's a fair question. I think we'll see that as we go forward, but I don't know. The more freedom you have as a quarterback, obviously you play better, you're more confident, and good things will happen.
So he had a lot more freedom coming off the bench. He had a lot more freedom in 2017 because he didn't know the entire playbook. But Jimmy looked good in 2017. And it felt like he was hinting at, hey, just let me go. Let me go. Didn't it sound like that he basically was implying that Shanahan has maybe held him back a little bit because Shanahan is so rigid in his ways and he wants you to run his system, his way.
Restrictor plates.
Yeah, exactly.
Restrictor plates. I went back and obviously we've all seen the game. They didn't score a lot of touchdowns. He was 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, about 1,500 yards in the 5 games that he played down the stretch. Some pretty good numbers.
Pretty good
numbers. Even if you told me, Joe, he is going to throw more interceptions, I would say if he's pushing the ball down the field, I'm willing to concede that. I really am. Like, I would be okay with a few more Jimmy Ono throws if there were some Jimmy throw it past 20-yard throws. Just because I feel like this roster is a little more comprehensive to be able to utilize the throwing the down the field. Like Danny Gray. You drafted Danny Gray to stretch the field. Brandon Ayuk, he's a year older.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of elements on this team where I think that it actually is more conducive to take the restrictor plates off of Jimmy Garoppolo and allow him to rip it downfield.
You mentioned Ayuk being a year older. Kittle's back this Sunday. All signs are pointing towards George Kittle playing on Sunday Night Football. You can make the argument that this is the best supporting cast. Well, you look at the running back situation, they're banged up, but Jimmy's played with Jeff Wilson Jr. Hell, he hit him with a game-winning touchdown back in 2019 against Arizona.
He was the 2020 leading rusher.
Right, but you can make the argument that this is probably his best supporting cast since he's been a 49er. And so why not let him rip it? You talk about his 2017 numbers. Who's he throwing to? Kendrick Bourne.
Lewis Murphy.
Trent Taylor.
I know.
Dante Pettis was still out there.
Yeah. No, I don't think Dante was on. He was in 2018. He was 2018.
2018, no, you're right. You're right. Kendrick Bourne, Trent Taylor, Lewis Murphy.
Yeah, it was a who's who of nothing.
Right. So
that's what it was.
So, I mean, he's got a lot of weapons here. And then he was asked if he's motivated by the
Carlos Hyde.
Carlos Hyde.
Yeah.
And then he was asked if he was motivated on the 49ers moving on from him.
Not really. I think it lights a fire under you. I'll tell you that. Obviously, as a competitor, whenever you get told something like that, it'll get you going a little bit. But, I have plenty of motivation. I don't need that to motivate me, but it always helps.
So what does a motivated Jimmy look like? Because I think he was motivated last year with all the rumblings and Trey Lance sitting on the sideline holding the clipboard, knowing that they had drafted his replacement. But this feels different. This feels like he knows this is the last ride for sure. And he's going to have a chance to go.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not sure about that. Who knows?
I'm kind of done trying to predict what's going to happen.
I'm not even going to speculate, but it does feel like he has that mentality.
No, I agree.
This is the last ride.
I agree with the mentality.
This is the last ride. And if I ball out, millions of dollars are coming back my way. Millions.
Especially after watching Trubisky last night.
Jimmy can get a big time bag if he just is serviceable, he doesn't turn the ball over, and his team stacks wins. They stack wins, Shasky. Garoppolo's going to be the toast of the town.
Yeah. Look, I want to continue talking about Jimmy G on the other side.